Hey guys, Dan here. Just thought I'd look at the garden, sort of early December, and show you guys around. Just some tomatoes coming on here, some zucchini. It's been really dry, really windy lately. The tomatoes are coming on quite well though, despite that. Got quite a few varieties here, and they really need some thinning out. Probably trimming some side branches off and getting ready to stake them up. Um, all of them, almost all of them, have come on really well. So more than I expected. I expected a few of those seedlings to die back. Zucchini's looking generally quite good. Often these can be prone to some fungal diseases, and there's some little bit of dieback on some of those leaves, but I think that's more due to just the lack of water here and there. Got some hops, so I've got 3 rhizomes growing at the moment, and that rhizome there, so you see the hops coming on quite well, and it's going to grow up that sugar cane. Another zucchini over here. You see that yellow one, probably more of a symptom of the hot weather, but still getting some good zucchinis coming on there. Lettuce is coming on great. Check out the rocket and the kale. Kale's surprisingly going really well in the hot weather. Doesn't seem to be suffering at all, and some eggplants too. The eggplants were suffering a bit today, but after some watering, just hand watering, the eggplants sprung back into life. Funny leaf on the eggplant. Don't know if anyone's got much experience with it. If you have a look on the side on, it's a little bit fluffy. It's almost like a lamb's tongue. It's a very, very furry leaf on the eggplant, which is interesting. Put a stake in here. So this tomato stakes is for the hop, another hop plant there. Let's just wrap that around there, and it'll gradually wrap itself up that stake. I think in the first year it's about as high as I'll get with these hops. There's another one here. So I've got 3 varieties, 3 rhizomes, and I've got some seedlings out the front. These new seeds here, this is amaranth, it's asparagus and skirret, and to be honest with you, I can't tell you which one this is, but whatever these are, I've got a feeling they might be asparagus, but I'm not sure. I've got a million dill seedlings coming up too, and that's from the self-seeding, from a huge amount of seeds that come off that old plant right next door. So I've got a lot of dill on the way. I've got one of those 3 plants, I'm not sure which one it is. Some petunias. Got some more zucchini here. You can just see some new ones on the way out. I'm just leaving some of them on there. Got some flowers too. So I've had more zucchini than I can really keep up with food-wise. Also quite a bit of capsicum recently. I'm pretty happy with the capsicum. This is 2nd year capsicum, so this plant's, it might even be 3 years old, this plant now. It might be the 3rd season. And capsicums, as you can see there, they're already small. I've picked already 4 today. I'll show you some photos of those, but yeah, the capsicum's coming on really well. Look at that 4 in one shot there. So yeah, green capsicum. Haven't had a lot of success with letting it go all the way to red. They tend to sort of start to rot at that point. So I'm just picking them as green. And hey, check out this cabbage. There's like a full handful there. That was really sprung out of nowhere, and we had a bit of rain recently. A few rainy days, and that really helped that cabbage get along a bit. Radishes, I don't know if you guys like radishes. I love radishes. Oh, look at this. What's this, a weed? Pull that out. Pull out that rogue tomato as well. Bit of radish in here. I've already eaten a few of these tonight. These have just been springing up so well. I've been really happy with how these are coming on. I've got to plant some more. They don't take long to grow. I'm going to pull a couple for dinner. But generally you want to keep radishes. You want to be planting them every month or so because they grow so quick. And these radishes just come along great guns. Anyway, been a bit smoky. I'm just going to show you some photos of some of the goodies. There's some zucchinis. That zucchini, already picked that one. Another one there. And lettuce has been going really well as well. So we've had a few cooler days recently, and the lettuce has just been really thriving. And I've been able to get a few lunches out of them. Trick with lettuce is getting in there before it bolts, to be honest. More zucchini there. You can just see how good those zucchinis are looking. And yeah, the zucchini flower is actually quite edible, but I'm not a big fan. But yeah, one of my favourite zucchinis there, just for online. Just out the front now, and I just wanted to show you some of the flower garden. And you might remember from earlier videos, talk about wisteria. Wisteria's all died back now, and that front hedge I've trimmed. But I did plant some marigolds, and also planted some straw flowers, which I grew from seedlings, which you've seen in an earlier video too, where I actually raised those seedlings. So let's just check it out. Look at these dahlias, really old versions of dahlias. So these are tall dahlias, probably 100-year-old dahlias to be honest. Growing really well. This is the time of year when the dahlia is really coming to flower, and you got to just pick off those old dead heads, and just encourages more flowers to come on. That's what I understand. Big, nice flower. A lot of plant for the flower though. But I'm always happy when the dahlias come along. Got to stake them up though, because they're so tall. Look at this, first marigold for the season. I've been really waiting on these marigolds, and finally I got one come out. They've been sitting there promising to come out for about a week or more, and finally we got the marigold. So happy about that. Been really smoky lately. There's been a few bushfires around the area. Even so, it's been quite warm and very, really windy. Look at that straw flower. Look at that, straw flowers on the way out as well. So grew them once from seed. All of these came from seed. Straw flowers, I raised the seedlings, and the marigolds I planted directly in the ground. You see the straw flowers on the other side here. They haven't quite flowered yet. In the shade, so although they're doing quite well, a little bit behind in terms of their maturity, but we'll get there. Over here I've got a self-wicking, I guess you call it a self-wicking bed. Basically it's a tray with water in it, and I keep my seedlings in that, and it allows through capillary action soaking up the water from that tray up through the bed, up through the actual pot. So you don't need to water as often with this, and if you want to go away for a few days, you can leave all your pots sitting in water, and they'll soak up the water as they need it. I still water every day with this. If it overflows, it overflows, but at the end of the day, this is a great way to store seedlings, store small plants. I've got some hedges here, some cuttings I've done, also some hedges I've grown from seed, and this is artichoke, which I've got to put in the ground. It's getting really big now. And my pride and joy, the hops. These are my hop seedlings, which I grew from seed. I've got about 8 seedlings here. Hopefully some of them are male, I can do some crosses with them. Anyway, they're coming on really well, so I really recommend the idea of sitting your seed trays, your seedlings, in a tray of water. And I think if you're worried about things drying out or dying, just do that. Anyway, thanks guys, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing.